A new telenovela is coming to our screens this October. My Brother's Keeper, which will replace hit show Gomorais, is the latest addition to the Mzansi Magic channel. The telenovela tells a story of a family that is drawn into a deadly succession battle of its own making. The cast invited Newzroom Afrika to their set for some behind-the-scenes exclusives. Let's take a look.
1, action!
The world of telenovelas continues to be a much-loved television genre that brings impressive, versatile and intriguing content across our screens. Now, as Mzansi Magic bids farewell to the award-winning Gomorais, it welcomes its newest gripping telenovela, My Brother's Keeper. It is a story about the corrupting nature of greed and of a family drawn into a deadly succession battle of its own making. I'm on set to take you behind the scenes of what's to come.
Ndumiso is a 38-year-old who is just... he's a spoilt brat because ukhulenzelwa yonke into kubo. Ubaba kahle out of all the 5 brothers, he's the only one who still stays at home. Because he's still staying in that room, the childhood room and everything. He's got a wife, obamkhokhela malobolo by the parents because they wanted him to actually grow up and be responsible. Because he's got a child, a 20-year-old child that he hasn't been taken care of from birth. And now the child wants to come into his life and he is scared of that because he fears irresponsibility.
What made you fall in love with this character? Apart from all the other characters that you've played, what is it about this role that it made you fall in love with it?
It's the story, basically. Before anything, it's the story, because when I got the call, I was busy with something else and I had to leave the show. So for me to leave the show, to come here, it's the story that I fell in love with. Such a beautiful, heavy story. I think it's the first time people learn a lot from the story. We are learning as we go, and of course the role itself, it's a very, like I said, it's soft but it's heavy at the same time. So it's for me playing the role. It's a thin line between being vulnerable or being angry, because I can easily fall into the anger part, because that's me, and being vulnerable sometimes, I'm angry, but I just want to play the softer side. And it's such a big story and a big role, who's carrying this big story in his shoulders, and with this softness, with this vulnerability, with this eager, with this passion at the same time. So at the same time that's happening in his life. So that's why I was like, you know what, I can choose so much in this story or in this role.
Getting ready for this character, this role, I just have to look at the cast. As they're such great guys, and they're all bringing something different. So I know that I work with this character here because we're so rushed as well every day. I had to investigate as much as I can of the culture, which is something I didn't know much about. I heard about it. And to be ready for this character, it was really them, just working off them, what they always bring. It's always nice to have actors who are prepared, who are more prepared than you.
I play Puseletso. She's married to Ndumiso, who's the second born, the crazy, crazy son in this family. And to have such a sane, is she really sane actually? I'm not about to lie about her. She is sane. She's very sane, and I think she's a very good balance for him. She's the only Sotho-speaking wife, which is very, I think, different for this family specifically. But it's very nice because she's liked by her in-laws.
It was not just a job, because when I did get the opportunity to actually go through the script, I was absolutely amazed. I was immersed into it. And it's quite seldom for actors to find a story where you literally cannot put the script down because it's so amazing. So I think for me, that's one of the things where I was like, yes, this is again, I'll be part of something that's memorable, because story is memorable. We could do everything else, but when the story is good, that's where we have the people, and that's where they got me.
A star-studded cast and a great storyline. What more could you ask for? Coming to your screens on Mzansi Magic every weekday at 7:30 Central African Time. You don't want to miss this. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I'm Lopang Mokae in Johannesburg.